The studio lights were blinding, the air tense with anticipation, and the millions watching at home had no idea they were about to witness one of the most shocking moments in live television. What began as a routine political debate quickly spiraled into a viral firestorm, one that left commentator Candace Owens visibly shaken and Senator John Kennedy standing firm, delivering what many are now calling the truth bomb of the year. It all started when Owens, known for her unapologetic takes and fierce debating style, joined Senator Kennedy for a live discussion on national policy and the state of American values. For the first 10 minutes, it seemed like business as usual. Owens delivered her signature confidence, speaking about media bias, corruption in Washington, and the importance of speaking freely. But Kennedy, a veteran politician with a reputation for mixing wit with wisdom, had come prepared. His calm demeanor contrasted sharply with the rising intensity in Owens' tone, creating a perfect storm for what was about to unfold. When Kennedy leaned forward and said, "Candace, truth isn't loaded up, it's steady," the entire studio went silent. Cameras zoomed in. Owens blinked, slightly off guard, and tried to counter. But the senator continued, citing specific examples that challenged her claims of facts, figures, and first-hand accounts that painted a far more complex picture than the one Owens had passionately presented. As Kennedy spoke, his southern cadence softened the blow, yet his words landed like thunder. Viewers later said you could almost feel the air thicken through the screen. For a brief moment, Owens tried to regain her footing. She fired back with passion, questioning motives, invoking freedom of speech, and accusing the political elite of hypocrisy. But this time, the emotion in her voice was mixed with something new: uncertainty. Kennedy didn't attack her personally. Instead, he appealed to her heart. "You've got fire, Candace," he said gently. "But sometimes fire burns what it's meant to light. The truth doesn't need defending, it just needs to be seen." That line hit hard. Even Owens' expression softened. She leaned back, momentarily speechless, a rare sight for someone known for her quick comebacks. The audience could sense the weight of the exchange. It wasn't about winning anymore yet, it was about reflection. The camera caught a flicker of something human in both of them: humility, empathy, and the shared realization that truth, though painful, has a strange way of uniting even those who stand on opposite sides. As the segment wrapped up, Kennedy extended his hand. Owens hesitated for a second, then accepted, forcing a tight smile that slowly grew genuine. The crowd erupted in applause. The internet, however, was not as forgiving. Within minutes, social media exploded. #Owens versus Kennedy was trending across platforms. Clips of Kennedy's statement flooded timelines, accompanied by commentary ranging from admiration to outrage. Some praised Kennedy for his composure and moral clarity, others defended Owens, claiming she had been ambushed. But beyond the noise, something deeper emerged. Viewers began sharing their own stories about times they'd been forced to confront uncomfortable truths, about how difficult it can be to admit when passion blinds reason. Commentators across the political spectrum agreed on one thing: this wasn't just another viral debate, it was a mirror reflecting the country's struggle between conviction and humility. By the next morning, Owens released a short statement on social media. Gone were the sharp words and defensive tone. Instead, she wrote, "We all have moments that challenge what we believe. I stand by my convictions, but I also stand by the pursuit of truth even when it stings." Thank you, Senator Kennedy, for reminding us all to listen more than we speak. That message, humble yet powerful, resonated with millions. For once, people weren't picking sides, they were engaging in dialogue. Talk shows replayed the exchange, educators used it in classrooms, and faith leaders quoted Kennedy's words in sermons about integrity and truth. By the end of the week, what began as a heated confrontation had evolved into a national conversation about the courage it takes to admit when we're wrong, or at least when we don't know everything. It reminded viewers that even in a world divided by politics and opinion, honesty still has the power to bridge the gap. And perhaps that's the lasting legacy of that viral moment, and not the panic, not the clash, but the humanity that followed. Candace Owens and John Kennedy may have stood on opposite sides of an argument, but together, they delivered a message that will echo for years to come. Truth isn't about volume, it's about vision. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is stop talking long enough to hear it.